We're up. Amazing. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'm so glad that you are here. We could celebrate Shabbat together. As I said to my Gan Sameach kids earlier, this is the first Shabbat in a while that's just been a regular old Shabbat. We don't have Shabbanika. That's also like Thanksgiving. We had all of these different mergers of celebrations. We had Thanksgiving, we had Hanukkah, we had Shabbat, we had Black Friday, we had all of these different things. And now we get to just have Shabbat for Shabbat self. What a blessing, because that's special too. So I'm really grateful to be in this moment. And so let's all gather in the moment together. Take a deep breath. In and out. And we'll start with the Nigun. before we light our Shabbat candles this evening, I want us to take an opportunity to wish somebody that you haven't said Shabbat Shalom to yet, a quick Shabbat Shalom. And if you are on Zoom, I encourage you to either private message somebody or send to the group a Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
So feel free to say it out loud, to write it in the chat, to say to the person next to you, to send it into the ether. We love a Shabbat filled with peace. So Shabbat Shalom. We'll take one more minute if anybody is typing, and then we will continue with our Shabbat lighting. It is my pleasure to invite up Susan Amro to light the Shabbat candles. Instead of it being in our siddur, there's a special poem that we're going to share this Shabbat, which is, you can kind of see if you squint on the screen. If you're on Zoom, you actually get the upper hand in this situation. And luckily, Susan has the words in front of her.
Yes. This is on. Okay. We are holiness. We are blessed. We are filled and sustained by gifts imparted and ingrained. On Shabbat, we rest with intention. We breathe in the divine spirit and release the tumult of the week gone by. We take a few moments to simply be present. We rediscover our connection to our Creator. In that quiet moment of truth, so profound, alone with our source, excuse me, we see our own reflections and find that we have also found ourselves.
The blessing is on page 120.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kadshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu v'hadlik ner sel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu v'hadlik ner We are on page 132 as we get into the Shabbat spirit with Kabbalat Shabbat. And we sing a melody we haven't sung in a while with the words Or Zarua Lat Tzadik, O Yishrei Lev Simcha. Light is sown for the righteous, radiance for the upright. May we each find opportunities to spread light and to be light through spreading acts of righteousness. continue getting in the Shabbat spirit with the words of Lecha Dodi on page 138. Lecha Dodi likrat halai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat v'kalela. Lecha Dodi likrat halai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat v'kalela. Shamor v'zachor v'diburecha Ishtianu el hamer yuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad v'shemu tiferet v'litzlilah. Lecha Dodi likrat halai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat v'kalela. Lecha Dodi likrat halai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat v'kalela. Likrat Shabbat v'kuvenecha Mekor habracha Merosh mikeret nesuha Soha aseh b'machshavat tchilah. Lecha Dodi likrat halai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat v'kalela. Lecha Dodi likrat halai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat v'kalela. Please rise in all the ways you're able. Ori v'shalom ateret v'alam Tam v'simcha u'vetzohalam Toch emunei am se'ulam Ori chalak Ori chalak Lecha Dodi likrat halai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat v'kalela. Lecha Dodi likrat halai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat v'kalela. We remain risen in all the ways we're able as we turn to page 148. Risen, it makes it sound like we're Holiday. I kind of like it. On page 146 for the words of the Baruch. We are on page 150 with the words of Ahavat Olam. Thought of eternal love, whatever that means to each of us, we turn to the Shema, where we pay attention to the fact that we are all connected because each of us has a piece of God, and us and God is one. We are on page 152. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. We are on page 158 with the words of Mi Chamocha. Do you ever not know that you fell asleep on the couch and that you finished your tea and then you wake up and your tea is gone and somehow you're laying down on the couch? That might sound very specific. It happened to, let's call her a friend of mine. And I think it's a testament to the fact that even those who really care about rest need some reminders from their body every once in a while. Sometimes we need a little bit of extra rest, and sometimes we aren't listening when our body says, you need to go to bed earlier, or you need to let yourself sleep in those extra 5 minutes. Let your alarm clock go off at 7:05 instead of 7 o'clock. What a crazy idea. And so as we sing Hashkivenu in just a moment, we, in addition to asking ourselves to pay attention to the clues that our body gives us that we need rest, we ask God that when we actually give ourselves that gift of rest, that we're able to receive it, that we're able to fall asleep, and that we're able to wake up refreshed and renewed and excited for whatever the next day will bring. So we are on page 160, where we will sing the words of Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Shalom, Hanidenu Shomrenu, Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Shalom. Hanidenu Shomrenu, L'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Shalom. Hanidenu Shomrenu, we come to the core of our service, our tefillah. We are on page 164. And when you feel ready for your tefillah, whatever prayer comes to your heart, I encourage you to rise. And then we will sing the words together. Adonai S'fatai titafu fi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotinu V'imahot, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. El Hagadol, Hagibor, Vahanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Bekonei Hakol, Bezofer Chastei Avot V'imahot, V'igula Livnei Bneihem, Le'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham, Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atarab LeMoshiach, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaKashem, Mechalkel Chaim B'Chesed, Mechaye HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim. Zoomech loflim v'rofech olim, umatir asurim, umechayim emunato, mishenei afar, michamocha ba'al geburot, unidom elav, melech nemid umachayeh, Umatmiach Yeshua, B'ne'eman atah lahachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yihallelu b'selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please take a moment for your own silent prayer. You can be seated when you are ready. Adonai Adonai I lied to you a little earlier. I said that this is just a regular Shabbat, but that is not true. It is a regular Shabbat with the special treat of Michelle Eisenbrook reading Torah for us. Very, very wonderful. We're very excited about it. So we are going to turn to page 364 to begin our Torah service. Please rise in all the ways that you are able. And it's my pleasure to invite Susan Amaro to help with some of the Torah helping things. Mitzion Tetzeh Torah, Mitzion Tetzeh Torah, Udevar Adonai Yerushalayim. Yai dai 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 dai, yai dai dai dai. Michelle, come on up. Thank you. Everyone else can be seated. For our blessing the Torah, it's my pleasure to invite Rick Brzezinski. Ya'amod Reuven ben Fishel Rivka la'aliyah, Rivka la'aliyah.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorah. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam. Asher Bahar Banu Mikol Ha'amim. V'natan Lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. V'lo yachol Yosef lehitapek lechol hanitzavim alav. It's on page 282 in the Torah commentary. Vayikra hotziu choli ish me'alai v'lo amad ishito b'tvada Yosef elechav. Vayiten et kolo bivchi, vayishmeu mitzrayim, vayishma beit paro. Vayomer Yosef elechav, ani Yosef, ha'od avichai, v'lo yachlu echav la'anot oto, ki nivhalu mipanav. Vayomer Yosef elechav, Geshuna elai vayigashu, Vayomer ani Yosef achichem, Hashem achartem oti mitzrayma, Ve'ata al te'atzvu va'al yichar be'einechem ki mechartem oti heina ki lemichya shlachani Elohim lifnechem ki zeh shnatayim hara'av bekerev haaretz ve'od 5 shanim asher ein charish v'katzir vayishlacheni Elohim lifnechem lasum lachem she'erit ba'aretz ulhachayot lachem lifleta gedola ve'ata lo atem shalachtem oti heina ki ha'Elohim vayisimeni la'av v'faro uladon l'chol beito u'moshel b'chol eretz Mitzrayim maharu va'alu el avi va'amartem elav ko amar bincha Yosef samani Elohim la'adon l'chol Mitzrayim reda elai al ta'amod vayashavta be'eretz Goshen vayita karov elai ata uvanecha uvnei vanecha v'tzoncha uvkarcha v'chol asher lach.
Asher kochach.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam neta b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
I love it. The big reveal. The big reveal of what, you might ask? We'll talk about it in a second. But first, we will take a moment with the Torah still out to think of those who are in need of healing, healing of body, healing of spirit. If you are thinking of anyone in need of healing at this moment, please share their name aloud or in your heart, or you can type it in the chat or say it aloud to someone else in the room with you. We'll share in this room the names as my hand passes over your section. We'll take one more moment in case anybody's still typing. For all those names that we've said aloud, those that we've kept in our hearts, and those that we've typed in our chat, we turn to page 371 for the words of Yesh Berach. Yesh Berach Avot address the Torah. And during this time of preparing the Torah for the ark, I encourage everyone to rise in all the ways they are able. Eitz Chayim Hi, lemachzikim ba, betom ha'am, me'ushar, b'rachecha, darchei noam, lechol netivoteicha, Shalom, Hashivenu Adonai, Elecha v'nashuva, Kadesh, Kadesh Yameinu, Kadesh Yameinu, Mekeh. So, with the various celebrations in the past few weeks that I've already named, I'll just note that we haven't really had the chance to catch up on Torah. So, we're going to really quickly bring ourselves up to speed so we know where we are. We know what this big reveal is that we were just talking about. Last time we had a taste of Torah, we heard that Jacob had 12 sons and one daughter that we know about. And Joseph, the 11th of 12 sons, Jacob's favorite son, for whom he made a beautiful technicolor coat, started having these very bizarre dreams about his whole family bowing down to him. Very endearing. So, what's happened since? Essentially, Joseph's dreams made his brothers really angry. Very big surprise. And they got so mad that one day, as he was checking in on them in the field, some of them made a plan to kill him. And then tell their father that he was attacked by a wild beast so that he wouldn't be mad at them. And then later on, they were like, you know what? He's our brother. We should care about him. We should be kind. So what we'll do instead of killing him, we'll just sell him to be a servant to some random people walking through the desert. What a great idea. And so that's what they did, expecting that they would never see him. And then Joseph ended up being a servant, being in prison for a while, becoming an advisor to the Pharaoh with the help of his dreams, with a few bumps along the way. And so now we fast forward And Joseph's brothers come to him, needing food to sustain them in this major drought. Whereas they understand it, they are coming to some important advisor of the Pharaoh, somebody they've never met before, because this is the person who manages food distribution. The last time that Joseph saw his brothers, they had literally trapped him in a pit and then sold him to become a servant. And now they're asking for help, not even realizing who they're talking to. So both last week's and this week's Torah portion tell of Joseph putting his brothers through tests to see if they are the same type of people who would betray and abandon their siblings. Joseph does not reveal who he is, and he accuses them as some of these tests. He accuses them of being spies. He plants coins in one of their grain bags, and then later a chalice in another bag so that he can accuse them of being thieves. He holds on to one brother as hostage while the other brothers return home with grain and instruction to bring their youngest brother. And he even threatens to bring Benjamin, the youngest brother and the father's other favorite son, as a slave. In many tellings of this story, I've heard of Joseph being described as a trickster, as manipulative, as being cruel, or even retaliatory in these tests. And some of these descriptions are not completely inaccurate, yet they overlook the underlying theme of this text. This is a story about trust. It is about how trust was lost. It's about how one deals with the immense grief of losing trust. It's about fear of trusting again after trust has been breached. And it's about how trust can be rebuilt. In The Thin Book of Trust by Charles Feltman defines distrust like this: what is important to me is not safe with this person in this situation or in any situation. How many of us have had moments when we felt as though what was valuable to us, an heirloom, a secret, a loved one, our heart, was not safe with someone else? This is not just yes, no, I trust this person, I don't trust this person, light switch on, light switch off. It's not that kind of experience. Trust makes us vulnerable. It can be incredibly scary, forcing us to take a risk that may not be in our favor. And depending on the level of risk that we're taking, the pain can bring us to our knees if someone proves themselves untrustworthy with something valuable to us. This pain may cause us to build up walls, to decide never to trust anyone ever again, to be hypervigilant, and to test before trusting. It is no surprise that being sold as a servant could lead someone to lose trust, especially when it's your siblings doing so. With all that Joseph has gained, wealth, power, position, there is even more to lose if Joseph chooses to trust his brothers again. Yet it seems as though this is not his main focus. He's also protecting his heart. He has built up confidence and strength and emotional fortitude for those who look up to him. Forno, a Torah commentator and physician from Italy in the 1400s, also identified Joseph's need for trust in the story. In response to one of Joseph's tests, Forno explained that this was, quote, in order to test how the brothers would react to Benjamin, the youngest brother, becoming involved as the victim of a potentially life-threatening accusation, and what the brothers would do to save him. There are many difficult emotions tied to the experience of losing trust and then allowing ourselves to trust again. And the journey to healing is likely not linear. During the interactions with his brothers, we often overlook that Joseph cries not just once or twice, but 3 different times as he interacts with his brothers. Joseph is overwhelmed by emotion, by fear, and by incredible grief as he is confronted with the very people who caused him to lose trust. Yet, he wants to be connected to his family. He asks about his father and his youngest brother. He seeks to provide for them so they don't starve. He pays close attention to the smaller and larger ways that they seem to have changed, noticing how they protect each other as a family. Joseph did not want to be estranged from his family, but he had to make sure that it was safe before he reunited with them. Eventually, Joseph chooses to reveal his identity to his brothers. He gets to see his beloved father again, and he is able to get the closure that he needs. Does their story have a happy ending? I would say so. If it were today, would I have suggested to Joseph to discuss different ways to decide how to trust his family with a therapist or with another trusted mental health professional? Probably. That being said, this story exemplifies for us what trust looks like in a visceral way. We each have our own struggles with trust, and many of those struggles are for good reason. When we come up against the intense emotions and fear that trust can bring up in us, let us seek comfort in the fact that this is not only natural, but that our ancestors have experienced this very emotion as well. These internal responses are our body's way of trying to protect us and to process the pain that we felt during a previous time when someone showed us that they were not safe. Hopefully, when this happens, we will come up with better ways to navigate our internal struggles. And especially, we can reach out for needed help, support in our communities. Allowing ourselves to trust is a risk, but in many cases, it's a worthy one. As we saw in this week's Torah portion, sometimes the risk will pay off. Being with the people who we trust, who deserve our trust, can help us to feel like our true selves, to feel loved, to feel supported, and to feel a little bit less lonely in a challenging world. May we each have the strength we need as we give our trust and receive it from others. May we also receive the strength we need as we take away our trust and as we lose it from others. As we navigate our relationships with one another, may we find opportunities for healing and cause for renewed trust and hope. And you here at Sound, may this be God's will. We now continue with our concluding prayers. We are on page 586 with the words of Albenu. Please rise in all the ways you're able. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon ha'kol, latet gedula liyotzeh breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei ha'avatzot, velo asamanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo tzamchachenu b'hem, velo aleinu k'chol ha'onam. V'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim b'fnei Melech Malchei HaMelachim HaKadosh seated. Our thoughts turn to those whose lives made a difference to us, who serve as a light for guidance and comfort, to whom we are grateful that they had even a short time to make an impact on us. We are in the period of Shloshim, the 30-day period since burial for Michael Klein, brother of Janice Fontano. And this Shabbat, we are remembering the following yahrzeits. Please rise as your loved one's name is read. Bud Amaro, husband of Susan Amaro. David Salman Al-Qaim, brother of Suzanne Corbett. Lena Mayerson, sister of Mira Och. Joseph Och, husband of Mira Och. Frances Picker, wife of Amos Picker. Joseph Plitt, remembered by Paulina Spector. Clarence Rothbach, father of Craig Rothbach. Ida Steinberger, remembered by Alan Weiner. Frances Waltz, mother of Judy Waltz. If you are in your first year of mourning, I encourage you to rise. And now we rise with all of our mourners as a community as we turn to page 598 for the words of the Mourner's Kaddish. Eitz Gadal v'Eitz Kadash Shemei Rabbah ve'alma divrach v'ruteh v'yamlich malchuteh v'chayechon u'vyomechon v'chayeh techol Beit Yisrael v'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitzvarach v'yishtabach v'yitfa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal Shemei Kudsha Richu ve'ela min kol birchata v'shirata shushbechata v'nechemata v'amiran ve'alma v'imru amen. Yehi Shlama Rabbah min Shemaya V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May their memories be for a blessing, to which we say. Shalom Shalom Aleinu Ve'al kol Yisrael Ve'imru Amen. Yaseh Shalom Shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. It is now time for some announcements. It is my pleasure to invite up our trustee president, Rick Brzezinski, to share said announcements with us.
Here we go. Hey, it's time for my close-up. Shabbat Shalom. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., we are co-sponsoring a virtual adult Torah study. Join with Jews from communities across the U.S. to learn from Rabbi Tamara Eskenazi, PhD, on the Bible as a resource in a time of crisis. Details and the registration link can be found on our website. The JFS Silicon Valley's annual Embrace a Family program is running through this Wednesday, December 15. Once again, the program is entirely virtual through Sign Up Genius. This year, with so many new refugee arrivals and economic health challenges for many in our community, we're counting on your strong support. Please check the social action page on our website for details and instructions. Join us on Saturday, December 25th at 3 p.m. in the social hall for Film and Friends, a Christmas Day movie tradition. Everyone is welcome, but proof of vaccination and masks are required for entry. Due to TBT COVID-19 protocols, only individually wrapped snacks and drinks will be available. No Chinese food this year. There is no fee to attend, though donations from the heart will be happily accepted. Please RSVP on our website or by calling the office no later than Friday, December 24th. As you've noticed, we've recently began offering challah, juice, and wine at the end of services. We are looking for people to sponsor Shabbat blessings by providing these items for a given Shabbat. If you'd like to participate, please contact Mara in the office. And thank you to Ann Anderson and Susan Amaro for representing the worship committee this evening. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you to Rick for representing our AV team and our board and like probably 12 other things as usual. Okay, we are about to do a family blessing. So if someone who is family officially or from the heart, honorary, however you're describing your family bubble, I encourage you either reach out to them or to hold them in your heart. And we will say a quick blessing for those, our beloved in our family. May God bless you and keep you. May God shine God's face upon you and be gracious to you. May God's face turn to you and grant you peace, to which we all say, Amen. And now we have Kiddush and Motzi. If you are on Zoom and you need to run and go grab your grape juice, this is a perfect time to do that. You will have approximately 7.5 seconds. If you want to grab your challah as well, feel free. We will be on page 123 when you get back. And we will have some, for those who are in person, we'll do the blessing after services are over. So for blessing the grape juice, we are on page 123. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri ha'nehapen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzah banu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava u'retzon hinchilanu sikha lema'aseh mereshit kilu yom tefillah v'mikra kodesh seher Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. And for those in person, when after services are over, just a note that the white juice or the white liquid is grape juice and the red liquid is wine. So make sure that you're grabbing the thing you intend. And for Motzi, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. We will close out Shabbat with the words of Shabbat Shalom from Betty Friedman. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom, friends.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.